Okay, so here's the update. Um, I did a 64 Impala. Nice quick build. Um, Now, some of these boxes I've already done, so I'm going to be clearing some space up. I was originally going to do the Aero Chief fire truck. I have two of them. Then I was going to do the France one there. That fire truck. Okay. I did one Tyrone Malone. I screwed up, I think, on this one. So I bought another kit and I made it a normal truck with an extended frame and trailer. Um, I have the GMC General and Bandit 2 trailer. Not the correct trailer, mind you, because that's not the right trailer. So, looking through all the boxes of what I have that's not built, I was debating on the sedan and the Aero one. One of these two, one of these three, and going from there. I also have the double decker bus and the international dump truck, big dump truck. I need some motivation. I've done a lot of big rigs lately, and I'm just not feeling not confident. Maybe I'm burned out of doing big rigs, and I'm looking at the vehicles and I'm like, do I really want to do a car or pickup truck or something? I got a couple snow plows like the GMC snow plow and the Mobius Ford snow plow that I want to build together. And I got a 49 Merc that I want to do, and there's a lot of kits that I'm not sure that that I want that I feel like I'm ready to do yet or in the mood to do. So going through everything, um, and I got the Allied trailer here. I bought up at a flea market or a thrift store for $20. Some parts are missing. I can swap and do stuff from other kits that I'm not going to use. Then I got this short trailer that I'm taking parts off of that and I'm putting on the Allied trailer. And so, just I'm trying to think of something I can really get my teeth into. After being burned out of by the Tyrone Malone truck and whatnot, and I thought about the '67 Chevelle, which is going to be a good car. I I don't know. There's something about me. I just love a big rig. You know, the size, the power, the hauling capacity these guys can do. I've always been into big rigs. So here we go again. So we're gonna go with the Alaskan hauler. I'm gonna put the logging trailer with it. Now, from what I understand, and I've watched HPI workshop for a few years now, and I've seen him build these things. I believe he did a review of this. I don't think he actually built it. I can't remember. I'd have to go through his playlist. I'm a huge fan of his. I always go by his videos. He's the main reason why I got most of my kits and how I've improved over the years for my skills. So this will be the next one. Now, this one I believe comes with the butterfly hood. I don't know if I'm going to do the butterfly. I've done a lot of conventionals where it's like it flips forward and they don't have the butterfly. So I'm thinking about doing this one. And I like this, but I built the Australian Kenworth and I turned it into the Pruitt truck from the TV show Moving On. If you've seen it, you know. But in that kit, it came with this. Now I'm thinking whether I use this bumper or not. If I go with a traditional flip nose hood, I'm thinking maybe this. Excuse me. Now, I don't know if this will actually work on a butterfly, but if it doesn't, we'll go with this on the traditional flip. Because I've been saving this. When I saw this in the Australian Kenworth, I'm thinking, this is the kit, this is the piece that I want for this truck. It would look great on it, I think. But again, because I don't like this, I find this is too short. If you put this on, it gives that meaner look, and you can wrap better chain around it. So that's my plan. I'm gonna take both hoods when it's nearly complete, and I'm gonna see if I can put this with the butterfly. If it doesn't work with the butterfly, if it doesn't look right, the butterfly comes off, the other hood goes on. Now, I haven't opened this kit. This is still in the plastic. Now, I'm not painting rear wheels. I don't like it. If you're going to paint a truck, you either leave them chrome, you black them out, or you paint them the same color as the rest of the truck. So, if this has got the wagon wheels, because I think the wagon wheels would look better than this, then I'll use the wagon wheels. If they have this, I'm going to try and dull the wheels down so it looks like a decent work truck. Look at that. $50. I bought this a couple years ago. Now, if you bought this kit new, it'd probably be almost $90. So, and it's going to go with the logging truck. I seen somebody else on YouTube build the logging truck, and I think this one, you don't need the fifth plate on this because the fifth plate goes with the stuff on this trailer. So you eliminate this back half. I'm not using, actually, the headache rack on this one I'm going to use. I'm not going to use the one here. I don't like that. I think it looks weird to me. I understand why, but I think having it the same height as the bunk would be much better. Now, am I doing a beam or am I doing the logs? Well, it's going to be a logging truck, so it's going to have the beams, or sorry, the logs. Now, here's my other dilemma. Let's say it doesn't come with the wagon wheels and it comes with these. It would match this because I would need wagon wheel trailer wheels from another kit if I don't use them. So that's what I'm going with. That's the next project I'm going to do. And I'll zoom down here. You can see there's the London bus. Now that's a 1/24 scale. It's huge. It's like really big. That will be something for a future project. Yeah. It's like when you have the money, or not the money, but when you have a lot of kits and you're trying to decide what's up next, it's hard to decide because you don't know what to do. You're burned out on vehicles, cars and trucks, so you move to a big rig. You do a bunch of big rigs, and then you're burned out on that, and then you go to this, and you're like, what do I do? So, and if I do this, I nail 2 kits out, makes a little bit more room, because I'm running out of room of where to store some of this stuff on shelves. So, excuse me. So that's the update. That's where I'm going with. I'll start with the truck. Halfway through the truck of being complete, I'm going to start on the logging trailer, and we'll go from there. So that's the update. Another kit that I bought, well, not really a kit, it was an RC tank, my first one. I've never had a RC since I was a kid, and it was like those cheap ones you buy at Walmart or Zellers or whatever. I laid some serious cash down on this thing, and I'm very happy. So that's what I've been doing, trying to decide what to do next. I've been working a lot, so, and now my hours have been reduced. So if I'm not taking a nap, I'm going to try and do some model kit building. And I'm going to try and do some videos of me building this thing, if I stay focused. All right, well, like, subscribe, do all that stuff that YouTube tells you to do. I'm not going to tell you because, you know, that's a personal choice if you want to subscribe. But I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you soon. And remember, if you got it, build it. Don't let it sit in a box for months or years. You're buying a kit, you should build it. Okay, so here's the update. I built the sleeper for the cab. I believe I was never going to make this a day cab. I mean, a day cab would look, I think, decent, but it has a sleeper. I got to put it on. Can't just leave it. All right. Now, one thing about this kit, there's 0 chrome, and I've pulled this out of the Australian Kenworth, and I've put it here. And my sole purpose was to have this with this kit. Now it looks pretty good, right? Headlights go through nice and easy. My problem will be this piece here in the back to get it onto the frame. Now, typical AMT, they don't mark or number the trees. Instructions, everything's numbered. Everything's numbered on that. Nothing is marked on the trees. So that's a pain in the ass. So unless you are very familiar with parts and stuff like that, you're not gonna figure this shit out. Sorry for the language. So, and I kind of did the engine, so it's gonna be like sort of like this, you know, la la la, something like that. Then you have the bunk back there. Then you have the hood. So, well, you kind of got the idea. That's how it's going to go. The other thing I did, now you have options. Obviously, you have the option for the butterfly hood. I'm going traditional. I like the hood that flips up. That's what I like. Now you have options on tanks, small or big. I'm going with the bigger tanks. I figure he's in the bush. He's going to need a lot of gas. So, again, nothing's been chromed because this kit, you know, they were smart enough not to chrome everything compared to other kits where they are chromed. So I'm going to go with big tanks, and you know, the wheels, yeah, they're white, they're not chromed. It is going to be a work truck, so I'm not gonna use spare parts here with the chrome trees because these are from the other kits, and I want to save that stuff for another kit. So the wheels on this one, they're going to be painted. I still don't know what color I'm painting this. I mean, you're limited in what you can do unless you know how to airbrush. Because automotive paint, damn near expensive. It's like $25 or more for a tiny little can. Tamiya is banned in Canada for whatever reasons. You know, they say environmental. Well, there's a lot worse stuff out there in aerosol. Okay, and then there's this, the visor. If a truck comes with a visor, I'm putting the visor on. I think a visor on a truck looks badass. That's the way I see things. This kit also comes with chain and hose and, you know, the metal axles for the rear. Chain, I mean, it's okay. I have better chain. I'm going to use the better chain. You know, I picked up at Michael's. I will use that because it looks weathered and it looks like it's worn. And I'm going to wrap it around here. Again, we'll see. I got to figure out how to assemble the frame because when it comes to kits like this, I'm not very good numbering things, like figuring out parts, like here. Like things are numbered here, right? Obviously, you can see the numbers. Now if I was to grab a tree, just grab a random tree, focus, nothing is numbered. Neither side, nothing is numbered. So unless you know parts and you've done a bunch of these kits before, you're kind of lost. And, I built enough truck kits. I should know where parts go. And you look at the instructions, you figure, okay, this piece should go here, and this piece goes there, and blah, 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 and you work your way down and hope for the best. Now, I was never one that was great at putting frames together. I think there was one kit, I can't remember if it was the Peterbilt or the Kenworth. I think it was the Peterbilt. It's one solid frame with the floor for the sleeper. That's all one piece. I love that. It's great. I don't see why AMT or Model Roundup or whoever's building these kits can't build a single frame so you don't have to worry about it. It takes all the pressure off you. Just worry about everything else. But no, they have to make things complicated, like not numbering the trees. So that's the update. It is Friday, November 7th. I started this kit today, which is the 7th of November, 2025. I'm going to call it a night because I'm tired and it's been one hell of a day. So I'm going to try and get some sleep. I'm going to try and work on this frame tomorrow, and we'll do another video. I'm going to try and bring you guys through this whole process because I've never done a complete video build. Once I get the frame built, I'm going to paint it black. I pretty much build all my frames that I do for big rigs are all black. Cabs and everything else, different colors. But frames usually tend to be black for me. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave it. We'll get you on the next one when I do all this thing together. All right.